swift, precise military strike that has huge, unpredictable and possibly long-term consequences.
Iran will never be allowed to have a nuclear weapon.
U.S. is sending at least 3,000 soldiers to the Middle East as the Pentagon prepares for potential reaction from Iran.
Now to the bushfire threat, and with nearly 2,000 homes destroyed, fire crews are tonight on edge with worsening conditions.
8 people known to have died.
Warning as flash flooding strikes the state, with forecasters warning more torrential rain is on the way and fears of a potential tropical cyclone.
The city is a ghost town. Ash from the volcano is everywhere.
Yeah, you got that yummy, yum, that yummy, yum, that yummy, yummy. Yeah, you got that yummy, yum, that yummy, yum, that yummy.
Which has killed 170 people so far and infected thousands across mainland China, has now spread to every one of the country's 31 provinces.
The coronavirus continues to spread. Authorities are saying
the expert says it is impossible to tell when the Wuhan coronavirus will peak. In China, at least 132 people have died, and there are more than 6,000 confirmed cases. 91 cases have been reported elsewhere.
我们应对危机的能力，我们的这些公共卫生事件，我们应对的这些办法，还需要很好的完善。
Rescuers mounted a desperate search for about a dozen missing people as waters began to recede in parts of Jakarta. At least 43 people have died.
At least 16 people have died in the Indonesian capital Jakarta and the greater Jakarta areas after deadly floods over the New Year damaged housing areas.
The death toll climbing in Indonesia's capital Jakarta.
Indonesia has deployed fighter jets and warships to patrol islands near the disputed South China Sea. The military said Wednesday escalating tensions with Beijing after a diplomatic spat over trespassing Chinese vessels.
Earthquake rocked Puerto Rico this morning. The governor declared a major disaster after the magnitude 5.9 quake. Thousands remain without electricity or water.
One of the most powerful earthquakes on record in that region, magnitude 7.7. It was centered in the sea between Jamaica and Cuba, and it was felt 450 miles away in Miami.
I'm declaring a public health emergency of international concern over the global outbreak of novel coronavirus. The main reason for this declaration is not because of what is happening in China, but because of what is happening in other countries. Our greatest concern is the potential for the virus to spread to countries with weaker health systems and which are ill-prepared to deal with.
After a deadly and powerful earthquake in eastern Turkey, the magnitude 6.7 quake destroying buildings, sending residents running into the streets, and in the shadow of that rising death toll, moments of miracle rescue.
The death toll has risen to at least 29, with nearly 1,500 injured following a powerful earthquake in the east of the country. The quake struck near the town of Sivrija, about 550 kilometers east of the capital, Ankara. It was followed by dozens of aftershocks, some of them almost as strong as the initial quake.
Duterte giving a bold directive to his cabinet secretaries. The president says if his good friend Senator Bato de la Rosa can no longer go to the United States, then members of his official family should follow suit.
Yung mga senador, mga cabinet member ko, I will ask them to not to go to the United States. In the meantime, parang boycott.
President Duterte there saying he wants his men to boycott the U.S. He says this means that all official visits to the U.S. are deemed canceled indefinitely.
CNN is able to tell you now that NBA star Kobe Bryant was on board that helicopter and is now dead at the age of 41.
Right now, so much of the world is just in shock and disbelief, trying to process what has happened today and make some sense of this
gigantic loss. Here's what we know right now, and even though it has been several hours, it is still stunning to say the words that Kobe Bryant, the legendary NBA star, is dead tonight. His adorable 13-year-old daughter, Gianna, known as GJ, also dead tonight. 7 other people, a baseball coach, a pilot, all dead.
Our city is suffering. 4 days ago in Calabasas, 9 lives were lost, leaving a gaping hole in the heart of Los Angeles. We gather tonight in the house that Kobe Bryant built to honor him and them. Kobe was as synonymous with Southern California as the sunshine. He touched every inch of it. He arrived in LA a prodigy, grew into a phenomenon, and retired a local institution and international icon. The outpouring of the past 96 hours is evidence of his everlasting impact. Whether he played for your team or against it, his allure was unmistakable. The dynamism, the determination, the drive. He won 5 championships with the Lakers, and shortly after unfurling his final fadeaway, earned an Academy Award. He was a storyteller.
Miko, Dragon launch escape initiated.
Dragon's away.
And you can hear some really loud cheering in the room. Okay, you just saw a bright flash there. It looks like that may be Falcon 9 breaking up. We've got some loud cheers.
Michigan, where we are like doing incredibly well with the car plants moving and everything else, the factories being built all over the place. And now I just landed in Iowa. I got to watch a little bit. It's very boring to watch. I have to say that. It's very boring. I call it the impeachment hoax, and that's what it is. It's a hoax. It should have never taken place, should have never been allowed to happen. But I have great confidence in Republican senators and probably some Democrats, from what I understand, Peter.
Any concern, because not many presidents have been in this position, impeached by the House, potential vote for removal in the Senate? Any concern about being
Well,
removed?
I shouldn't be in this position either, because we've done more than any other president in the first 3 years. You know that. Everybody knows that. Most importantly, your father knows that, right? As he watches. Who's a great guy. But we've done a lot with tax cuts and regulation cuts and the military, rebuilding it, and terrorism, and we got rid of 100% of the ISIS caliphate, and we could go on forever. Nobody's done what we've done, and it's a ridiculous, horrible partisan situation.
It is crowded and chaotic. Tonight, thousands of migrants, mostly from Honduras, are stopped at the Guatemala-Mexico border, pleading to get through. Desperate for food and water. A planned 2,800-mile trek through Central America, Mexico, eventually hoping to reach the U.S. border. On Friday, they clashed with Mexican police here wearing riot shields. Some migrants jumped into the river using rafts to get across. Others burst through the police barrier. The officers unleashing tear gas.